Hello, Revaluate Success Group, and happy Halloween. We have a spooky topic to discuss today, your CRM Graveyard. Ooh, we have Ryan Dendeville with us, our VP of BizDev, to
You're not supposed to give away my secret
oh, yeah,
identity.
yeah. We have Spidey with us, the Revaluate customer lifecycle and recycling of leads. Very exciting topic, so we wanted to make it a little spooky, a little more exciting. So, would you like to jump in as Spidey? Are you going to remain Spidey this whole time, or would you like some time to demask? What works for you?
We'll see. We'll see how long I can keep this on before my eyes turn beet red and get irritated.
Well, yeah, we just wanted to have some fun with today's topic and bring some little spunk to an otherwise could be boring subject of. We'll jump right into the first question here, Ryan. Is this where leads go to die? Where is exactly the CRM graveyard?
The CRM Graveyard is a term that I would love to take credit for, but I'm not 100% positive it's original. I'm sure it's probably not. Most things in life aren't. But it's where in the day-to-day business affairs of most of our clients, most people in the real estate industry, leads are coming in and new leads are being generated, whether you're generating them yourself or you're purchasing them from lead sources or however those leads are coming into your world. And some convert, some don't. We always used to say some will, some won't, some wait, so what? But anybody who doesn't convert right out of the gate gets put into the CRM, and that's where they go to die in a lot of people's businesses. CRM Graveyard is a term for all of the unconverted leads, all of the past clients that you don't maintain contact with, anybody whose contact information you've got sitting in a database somewhere that you have absolutely no strategy or technique or outreach efforts to engage with. So that's why it's the graveyard, because that's where contacts go to die.
Yep. And we talk to clients every day that have large databases of people they're not talking to and small databases of people they're not talking to. For example, we even had a customer the other day that's been collecting contact information in their Gmail for their entire career and has different things going on in the backgrounds, but's never really put everybody actually in to a CRM. And he'd come to us because he'd realized, well, what's the next step here is what am I going to do with this? How am I going to make them more efficient? So I think that's a great place to kind of pivot and talk about what is the full customer life cycle and what should that look like?
So it's interesting. The customer life cycle, people buy houses, people live in houses, then guess what? People sell those houses and buy new houses again. If you really think about it from a business owner standpoint, your client base, your potential customer base is a finite number of individuals. Now that number will fluctuate. Obviously, people come and go and move into and out of areas. People are born, people die every day, right? But during an individual's lifetime, most people buy or sell homes at a minimum 3 or 4 times in their lifetime. So they've got their starter home, they outgrow that with their family, they upsize into a bigger home, then maybe they get a promotion and they can afford a nicer home, and then the kids all move out, and so they downsize into their retirement home, and then maybe they move to warmer climates, whatever that life cycle looks like. But the issue that a lot of people run into is that with technology and lead generation companies, they've been lulled from the historical relationship-based business model into more of a transactional model. And rather than viewing each customer as a lifelong customer with a lifetime value, they just are, eating off of the lead generation efforts. Whether you're doing it yourself or somebody's doing it for you, it's become too much to manage in a lot of ways. And if not too much, then just there's no attention on that lifetime value of the individual. And so you end up buying the same lead 5 years later from one of these lead gen companies because they've been in your database the whole time, but you didn't have any strategy or nurture or maintain any sort of connection with them so that they would be a lifetime customer.
Mhm.
I know real estate historically has been an industry that prided itself and grew off of referral business. You talk to any top producer that I've spoken to in the last 10 years, and you ask them where they get their leads from. Most of them start, the first words out of their mouth is past clients and referrals. But even the people who do really good with that aren't doing as much with the graveyard, the unconverted leads, as they should, because there's opportunity when you combine the right timing with the right message and right approach. And so, turning that graveyard into opportunity is really kind of the key to what we're talking about today, I guess.
Right. Yeah. And the other theme that's been popping up with people that we've been working with a lot lately is that, the last year and a half was so easy, and sales were high, things were going, and now interest rates are going up and it's not as easy. And everybody's going, man, I wish I'd thought about all this when things weren't going great. And now things are quiet and my customers aren't necessarily picking up the phone. Those referrals aren't really coming through anymore. So I wish I'd done something then. And we talk about that a lot on the best practices and the best way to kind of do that on the last webinar we had last week. And Ryan was there as well. And we had Ellen Shaikun come on and talk about really some really engaging and thoughtful approaches she has for her database and how to bring value to her customers and remain in contact with them all the time. And there's so many different touches and so many different ways you can do that. But it really comes down to, I think, about efficiency, which is just Ryan just said, how to be most efficient, right? With that huge CRM graveyard that you have. You have all those people. How are you going to talk to them every single day? How are you going to stay in contact with them every day? So how does Revaluate fit into that piece, and how do they help you be more efficient with all that database?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know about you. I got, last time I checked, 1,400, I think, Facebook friends. And thanks to the Facebook algorithms, I only ever see updates on the same 20 or 30 people that they think are important. And they're the people that I would be interested in. In my alleged friend group, that means that there's 1,370 people that I have no clue what's going on in their daily routine. Like sometimes somebody will pop up and I'll have to go to their page purposefully to scroll down and see what I've missed about what's been going on with them. Cause I'm like, I haven't thought about that person in 6 months.
Yep.
And that's on the personal level. So on the business level, you're going to be even less connected to the people that are in your database. So if you've got, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 people, there's only a handful of ways that you can go about effectively staying in touch with them. You can set them up on some sort of cadence where you're every month you just churn through the list and make sure to have a touch with everybody every quarter, every month, every semi-annual, whatever that looks like for your business. You can send them stuff in the mail, which for more passive touch points, but where the value is with leveraging Revaluate to assist in that effort is that you don't have to randomize it. And so the best intended cadences will still fall flat if you call someone today and life happens to them tomorrow. And so by adding an additional layer of insight into that, you're basically making it so that you show up at the right time for the people in that graveyard so that, when they're, in the old days, they used to bury people with bells attached to their caskets so that when they would accidentally bury someone alive, they could ring the bell and someone could come and dig them up. So it's kind of like that. We're the bell to let you know that it's time to dig this person up out of the graveyard. I'm just trying to lean into the analogy a little bit.
I love it.
But yeah, you're not going to dig up every corpse in the graveyard because that would be a waste of time and energy. But if we're here to ring that bell and let you know this is someone who's worth your attention, now you can start to capitalize on those opportunities that, frankly, you've already invested in at some level. Either you bought them as a lead, or even if you just tossed a farm in there. I mean, they're real people with real lives going on the other side of that contact information, and that's it. A lot of the groups that I frequent on Facebook have taken to using the term data bank as this is it can mean two things, right? It can mean there's a bank with all your money in it in your database, right? But it's also it's a data bank of people, not just of contacts. Calling them leads or calling them contacts dehumanizes it so that you can stay transactional in nature. But when you start to think of it as actual people, then it makes it so that you are more apt to reach out and have dialogue and stay engaged with the people there.
I love it. So you've capitalized on your graveyard, right? You've decided I'm not going to let all these people die anymore. I'm going to selectively choose who to dig up based on leveraging your Revaluate scores. Let's say the next roadblock is, okay, what do I send? And I don't have enough time to come up with all this content and create all these drip campaigns. I really want some help, and I really want some advice on how to make things most efficient. Do you have any recommendations for any partners or other systems that people could use and leverage as well?
All of them. Use all of them.
All the time, every day.
I believe that was your clever way of segueing into what you wanted me to say next, but I think it was way better if you announce what you have to say than me. So, Katrina, I just don't even know. Where should people go for content to get started?
Well, maybe if you're possibly thinking about sending out some email templates to your very likely movers, we have a wonderful partner, Happy Grasshopper, and they have worked with us, and we've put together some email templates so that you can go ahead and use these to send out and email your very likely movers. And you can also get in touch with Happy Grasshopper and work with them on customizing them some more, making them your own. Again, to reference back to Ellen last week, she really talked about that personalization to really bring that value and connect with your audience. So Happy Grasshopper is a great place to start. And we, over the next week or so, are going to have more announcements about that. And you'll probably see a blog post that links to the copy. But if you're already a customer and you would like access to these, just go ahead and chat with us or reach out to me. Most of you guys know how to reach out to me, and I can get you access to those. And we love to see how these work for you in your database. And again, this is just one more soft touch or one more point to help you with those conversions, but it's just one other warm touch. So yes, I totally was teeing Ryan up to that question. But if you go to our Getting Started page and you scroll down to the bottom, and this page is accessible to all of you guys, there's a whole list of partners there, and there's lots of different opportunity there. Also, our integrations page talks about a lot of all of our integrated partners that we work with, just to help your day-to-day be more efficient and make this whole process just a little bit easier so that you can have all this working in the background and you can go out and do the fun part about selling the homes, hopefully.
Just to add to the Happy Grasshopper thing, to give you a little more detail around what she's talking about. So we worked together with Dan's team over at Happy Grasshopper. They are an integrated partner of ours as well, and they offer all sorts of customized drip campaigns and automated outreach efforts through Happy Grasshopper that can be catered around Revaluate scores. But because we get asked so often for content, and we are not the content people, Dan tapped his team to create some kind of generic content for I think it's a 7-day or 10-day drip campaign that you can set up in whatever CRM you use. This is going to be available to anybody who wants to upload it into their CRM. You'll probably have to copy paste it and create the workflows on your own. But to be clear, it's generic, and it's something is better than nothing. So if you have nothing going on, start with this. But what you'll find is that if you want it to be customized, that's where you're going to want to reach out to the Happy Grasshopper team, and they're more than happy to work with you. That will come with a cost, though, just so everybody's on the level. So this is free. We're offering this through a partnership that we have to our clients so that you can use this. If you want it to be customized and to come with all the bells and whistles and cool stuff that Happy Grasshopper does, like if you like this but think it could be better, reach out to their team and they can talk you through what that looks like and what that would cost to build a custom campaign for you and your team, or you and your brokerage, or whatever your organization looks like.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Awesome. One last quick announcement before we head out for the day. We are going to be in some capacity at FlubCon coming up here shortly, early November. So if you will be there, if you will be in Vegas yet again, because we love to go to Vegas, reach out to us again. We'd love to set up a meeting and connect with you. If you have questions and you want to talk shop, we would love to connect with you, possibly over dinner, over drinks. Just let us know that you'll be there. You can always chat with us, and you can always email me at katrina@revaluate.com or support@revaluate.com. Just to real fun, kick things off, Ryan, what are your kids going to be for Halloween?
We're doing a family theme, Nightmare Before Christmas. My oldest daughter is going to be Jack Skeleton, the Pumpkin King, and my youngest daughter is going to be Sally, and my wife is up in the air. She might be Oogie Boogie because she's 8 months or 7 months pregnant, so she can't be one of the smaller characters. Her words, not mine. And my daughter wants me to be the mayor with the two faces from
Oh,
The Nightmare
yes.
Before Christmas. It should
So
be
it's
fun.
going to be Zero. Are you going to bring Ripple?
Well, originally Ashlyn was going to be Zero, but she wanted to be Sally, and she's old enough to speak now, so we had to let her have her own opinion. Whereas in previous years we just dressed her up. Now she actually has an opinion of her own. So we are currently without Zero.
Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful, happy Halloween. I hope you have fun doing whatever you're doing. And if you have any questions about today's webinar or about your CRM Graveyard or how we can help, reach out to us. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us, Ryan.
Adios.